Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's Eric, also known as My Glide Rides. Today, what are we installing? We're installing some new upgraded controls on the 2023 Street Glide that I call Stella. So these are going to make a big difference, not only in feel and comfort and style. What are they? They're the Tucker Speed Oberon adjustable levers. So they come in three different what do you want to call it, styles with multiple colors that you can choose. So, but I'll go over that a little bit later in the video. I'll show you a picture of the example of what they're doing. So these aren't just pretty. I mean, they are pretty, but they have a lot of function. They are precision machine, adjustable, and made to not only enhance your ride, easier pull, easier fit in your hand, but just basically enhances your ride. So stick around, we'll get these installed, we'll get over to the bench. Shouldn't be too complicated from what it looks like. Bourbon rating, I'm a big bourbon fan, as you know. I'm gonna give it a 2-glass bourbon, so only because it's dealing with the controls. But hey, let's get over to the bench, we'll get them installed, and then the next video series, or the next follow-up video of this one, will be my honest review of how these turn out. So let's go. All right, guys, so here is this is how they come. You can see, just got them in the mail today, and we're going to open these up for you and see how these, I don't have the sharpest of knives, but I also don't want to cut through. So you're unboxing it just with me as I unbox it. So we're going to see how they come. Let's take a look at that. That's nice. And that's nice. Of course, the receipt. And voila. Tucker Speed. Thank you, Tucker Speed, for the decals. These will definitely go on the toolbox and maybe even inside the tour pack. So we'll see. We're going to set these, let's just stand these right up over here. All right, so there's that. There's the receipt. And I will tell you what I ended up getting. Slide on my glasses here. I got the black custom blade with the red switch. And as you've seen in my other video, I do have some red accent colors on Stella, and that's why I went with this. So we're going to obviously have one that's, see how they come here. So black with red switch, custom lever, C249, and black red custom B140. So let's take a gander at these and see what they look like. Nice set of instructions. Well, wow, they even got a, I thought it was almost like a blueprint. Yeah, it kind of is. So very nice, very detailed instructions. I'm going to show you there. But from what I'm seeing, wow, these are beautiful. Wow, look at this. Look at that. Now that's what I'm talking about. Got the Oberon's logo right here. Get a little bit closer for you to see it. Yeah, that's sweet. Man, they feel good. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, so you should just, you can, I think there's 0, what does it say? See it? 3. Wow, there's, yeah, that's really nice. So obviously this is going to be left side, red dial up. Comes with your new little bushings, spring, of course your new little E-clips or little C-clips that will go on the bottom of the pivot pin. So that's the left side. Let's take a look at the right side. Should just look exactly like it. I will tell you, when you order from Tucker Speed, it takes between 3 and 4 weeks to get these. So like their description on The channel or the website is give them that time to ship it. So I did not bother them asking where's my order. Figured they were coming when they come. So I'm in no dire need of them. This is definitely a want, not a need. But man, they feel so, boy, they feel better in your hands. I mean, just amazingly better. So kudos to that so far. So anyway, let's yeah, these are really nice. Definitely premium. They're CNC machined from billet aluminum with a super clean anodized finish. I mean, that's just, there is absolutely no burr, no anything. I mean, you can really tell that on these things here. You know, you can get them in a variety of colors, like I said. I'll show you a picture of that coming up here in just a minute. I mean, pretty much any color combination you have on your bike, you'll be able to get this. The adjuster mechanism is really what sets these apart. I mean, I've seen other people's, but smooth and nice. It clicks cleanly. It's not, doesn't drag. Shoot, let you dial in the reach perfectly for your hand size or glove thickness. So again, fully adjustable, direct bolt-on fit. They're made in the UK, and again, available in many anodized colors. So hang on, we're going to get these put on the bike. All right, so we have got our circlip pliers, and if you'll notice right up, let me try to get that camera panned up there. So right up under here, right where that's touching, it's not the best light, a little bit closer. Anyway, so you have the pivot pin that's here. Of course, it has a circlip on the bottom. So on this one, is all we need to do is expand that circlip, and that'll come off. And I pray to God it doesn't go shooting everywhere. So we're going to put this up in here. All right, so I just got that pop loose, and so there's the little circlip. Got a little bent. We'll be able to straighten that back out. And so, with a slight push, you can see this pin will pull right up. I'm going to use this little pick here to help me lift up on it. Yeah, so that's out. Okay, so yes, you will have to remove or loosen the switch housing here. So I've got a T25, and I'm going to remove these, and then only because the brake switch is located right in here, and it has a pocket that switch rides into, and you can't, obviously you see you can't get that out without taking this off. So we'll do that. We're going to have to remove the clamp here, so all of this will drop loose and then come out. So that's what I'm doing right now. So here in just a second, I'll come back to you when I have removed that, where I can have both hands so I don't drop something. All right, so there we go. We got that. Once I took that front part of the clamp off, then here is the assembly, and then that will just slide right out. All right, so you can see that there. All right, so what we will do is slide, making sure that this is your brake switch here. That does get back inside that little cup. I'm going to locate that hole. Sorry for being in the way. Here goes that. All right, so I was able to, my snap ring pliers were too big. This point is too big for the little holes. What I was able to do was, this is the old clip, the bent one. if you'll put the back side, and I forgot to film it while I was doing it. If you put the back one kind of slightly catch the one end of the C-clip or circlip in the groove on that pin, then you can take a pick and stick it back up in between these two and then kind of walk it onto that pin, which I did, and I'll take the camera down here and let you see that. So here is the clip on there. Let's come back down with this, making sure that we get inside. This back housing has a little groove that fits in this groove here. So I'll take this front side and let's hand start this. Again, I'm using a T25 on this. I knew they weren't tight, that's why I used 25, but these are a T27. Again, just hand tightening this. This is these are just like an alloy, so you definitely don't want to over torque on one side. So a little bit back and forth. Again, making sure the wire is not being pinched underneath. All right, so I've got me a torque wrench. Again, you don't want to over tighten these. The actual torque settings for the upper and lower switch housing screws, as they call it, is 25 to 45 inch-pounds. So I just usually shoot for the middle. So I will do 40, and let's get that to 40. There's, let's see if you can see this right there. So I'll go to 40 inch-pounds. Okay. See the click? Okay, so that is tight. These, the actual switch covers is not that big of a deal as far as torque, just a good snug fit on those. So there is, that's what she looks like. Very nice. And again, you can, if you want that further in, there's that. Very much nicer to pull, or further out. Very nice. Anyway, we're going to go tackle the other side. Okay, so we have done the right hand side, so now we're over here onto the clutch lever, and we'll get that one going and get that taken apart and see if we can't finish this job up. All right, so we got the E-clip out, or the circlip, excuse me. We're going to use the little pick, wherever that might be, and try to push this pin on up. Okay. There's the pin. Again, oiled well. So what is going to have to happen here? So the clutch cable runs up into here and ends up, here's the pivot hole, here's the clutch, the barrel that comes up in here, and we'll need to put the cable up into this. So we've got to get this off, which was going to require removing this stuff again. So anyway, again, it's going to be removing this. Got to take my cup holder off. Okay, so here we've removed this. Now on this side, which is nice, we didn't have to remove the switch cluster or the trim for that. So the removal of this was not needed. Okay, with removing the clutch lever, you've got to get slack from that clutch lever. So I went ahead and removed the clutch cable retainer, and we will pull the sleeve up. Now if you notice, mine might look a little bit different than the factory Harley one. This is the Fat Bagger's replacement clutch adjusting tool. It's a manual instead of that one that breaks, the little plastic one with the red clip. So what I'm going to do is break this loose, and I'll take up all the slack, or give it all the slack I can up top. 15 and 15. So if you haven't checked out the Fat Bagger replacement adjuster, do that, because it's $49. It's well worth the investment. It's just you got to cut the other one off, and scratch my bar. Just take that up. All the way down. Let's see what kind of slack we got up here now. Sorry for the camera movement. So now I've got slack. So what I can do, you got the spring return here that you'll have to get back in there, but this has allowed me enough slack that I can pull and get this out of this channel. Hopefully you can see that. It's right here. There we go. There. Make sure everything stays together. So there's the housing, and all the goodies are here. We'll set this on the workbench. So what you see, here's the clutch cable. You've got this, it's like a plastic retainer pin. It's the barrel that the cable rotates on. So this is a great time to, you get this. I'll show you what kind of lubricant that I use. This was on a lot of the stuff. It's called Super Lube. It's just a little pin, and it is a multi-use synthetic oil with PTFE, so it's a really long-lasting, and it's what is used a lot in the Harley shops and stuff. So nice little idea to keep in your toolbox. So what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and slide this out, so we can then transfer whatever we need to. So there's the clutch cable. We'll clean that up and we will oil that before we go back with it. So let's go to the workbench and we'll transfer some of this stuff over and make sure we've got it right on the new lever. All right, so closer examination. So here is the factory clutch bracket we were reusing. So if you'll notice, I'll try to point to it with this little thing here. There's a little hole that is right there. So one end of your return spring is going to have to get inside that little hole. So make sure it's all cleaned out, which it is. You can actually see the scratch where when taking it out, it did that. So that's that. They give you a new spring. All of this is still intact from the original. So I am going to mimic exactly that over to this one. So so that was here. So that will go over. I'm just going to put that over onto this one. And it has a little recessed hole here that this little piece will go in. It's kind of as a lock. So that's what will go around the cable. Okay. That the long side of the spring, you'll notice there's a short and a long side. The short spring, or the short side, is going to go into the hole that is inside the lever. So with that saying, we're going to do this exactly as it's showing. So what we're going to do is put this in there like that. So there's a little hole. Hopefully you can see that down in there, so that spring can drop into there. But now it does say need to remove. Let's turn this. So there's a little Allen that's there that we will use in place of this here. So we're going to take this off. The instructions talk about removing some of this stuff. They call this the OEM rattle clip. I guess it keeps the handle from, you know, bouncing around. So we definitely want to put that back in here. But this has an Allen. We're just transferring stuff over. Rattle clip or anti-rattle clip right back over here. Nice and snug. The short end of the spring into the hole like such, and we'll put this in. Okay, so that's that. Okay, this will lock the cable as such here. Okay, so the short end, the short leg of the torsion spring to short into the hole, to the small hole before inserting the pin. Okay. Pin is going in. Again, that's just I'm keeping that there just for, so I don't need that screw. Here's the original. And there's that. All right, so that is it. We need to now put this onto the cable over there. So I'm gonna leave this out and we'll move back over to the bike. I'm just gonna wipe this with my fingers. It feels clean. We're gonna put a little bit of that oil that I mentioned on there. It does not hurt. That is for sure. So just a little dab will do you. Maybe a little bit on the cable. And we'll come over here with this. Okay, there's that. So that's the lever into there. Now what we need to do is put this small into there. The barrel in. Now that spring has got to go up into this hole. All right, so we got the spring in. Just use the needle nose to give it a good pry. Got that in, but while I've got this up, I'm going to go ahead and all these moving and pivoting points, it's not going to hurt to add a little bit of this oil. I'll put even a little bit on that spring just for good measure. So that's that. So now what we need to do is we need to put that pin in. And here's the pin. Okay, so we just got this back on after putting the pin in, got it lined back up, and we use the Allen wrench to put the cup holder back on and torque this down good. All right, so we got the handle back on. You can see there, I've got a lot of play in it. So now I'm gonna have to go back around and adjust the clutch that we did over here earlier. Again, this is I wouldn't say a preference, but it's something that you know, there is measurements to go by, and we will adjust that. So what basically we're going to do is run this out. Again, this is the fat bagger's adjustment. Then we're going to come up here. I'm going to check the free play. Maybe a little bit tighter. A little bit more. I'll show you what I'm getting up top by that adjustment there. So here's the amount of free play. watched several videos, and a lot of people say that you can actually measure this distance here from the housing. So if you pull on this cable, try to get in there closer, you should be able to like fit a nickel in there. So, and that's about a nickel's thickness right there. Now I could really squeeze it and get more out of it, but a gentle pull, and then I can adjust this lever in, you know, or out. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to tighten that back up, and this job is complete. So again, like I mentioned earlier in the thing, I think this is more like a maybe just a tube bourbon glass thing. Something says you could probably do this with you know, 15-20 minutes. I say more like 30 personally. So I'm going to run this lock nut back down onto this, and we will get back with it here in just a minute. That's it. So that is Oberon's adjustable levers. And again, be sure to check out Tucker Speed Motorcycle Parts. Excellent company. And yeah, so I appreciate you sticking around. I'm gonna go out and take this for a test ride, but not right now. We've got rain coming in, but the next clear day here soon, I will take that out for a spin. And I'll get you a review on the levers, actually an after install and after ride view. But hey, be sure to watch out for upcoming videos. I'm trying to be more diligent about putting these out on a more regular basis. So I'll actually add a couple other of my videos up here and here, and I'll have the links down in the description. And I will actually put a link for Tucker Speed for these Oberon adjustable levers. And again, thanks for watching. And man, I tell you, just take a good shot of these on a slow-mo. I'm telling you, they are amazing and worth the money. So be sure to check them out. Tell them that My Glide Ride sent you, and I appreciate it. We'll see you around.